Believe that. It's the homie Bankboy Resight.
And your girl Tiara C.
And we are the host of the Liveline TV and Radio. And check this out. We got this brand new radio station. And if you a 504 artist and you trying to get your music played on the radio, all we need you to do is what, Tiara C?
All I need you to do is go to the livelineapp.com.
That's right.
Submit your survey and boom.
That's right.
I might get your song played on the radio station. Hey.
Yeah, it's a straight vibe. We are broadcasting the Big Easy Way on the livelineapp.com. We are the pulse of hip hop, R&B, and bounce in the 504. So check us out on the livelineapp.com and you make sure you hit us up on our show to let us know how we doing. Every Tuesday night, it's the Liveline TV, 8 p.m.
All right, let's go.
What is New Orleans Talk Network? It's today's hottest topics with an added flair. You get ready because the conversation will be hot and better yet, mobile. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app available on Android, iPhone, iPad, and you can listen to us on the web at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com. Write down our talk line at 504-341-TALK. That's 504-341-8255. Interactive and worldwide. That's what we are. Join in on the real conversation and tell a friend about the New Orleans Talk Network.
Yo, what's up? It's Love Dr. Robin. We are officially back. Let me be your MCM of Man Conversation Monday. We have partnered with the LivelineApp.com. We're going to give you the insight to a man's way of thinking and some thoughts and some perspectives that you may have never normally got from any other man. Let me be your MCM Monday nights, 8 p.m. We're going to have some deep conversation, some intimate conversation, some real life talk. So put the kids to bed early and come tune in with us. Man Conversation Monday. We are officially back.
Are you looking for a home to live stream your next event? Give us a call here at Bethesda Community Event Center, the only place on the Gulf Coast that can host and broadcast live your wedding reception, your baby shower, business seminar, and any other special event. Give us a call at 504-708-9454 for more details.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
The wait is over. This is your favorite prophetess Chanel Jones, and I want to introduce to you my new non-traditional podcast called Kingdom Women Speaking, where you can expect a royal discussion amongst queens. Yes, Lord. And you can find me on New Orleans Talk Network. Tune in, world.
Never mind. I thought somebody was knocking. What's out? What's out? What's out? Welcome back to the What's Out Morning Show, boys. The homie Bankboy Resight live with y'all today. It's another beautiful day in the NOLA. Can't wait to get off into the conversation we having today, and it's a big one, y'all. I had this one on my mind all night, so I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Leave y'all comments in the comment section below. It's the What's Out Morning Show, powered by the NOTN app. Download that in your Google Play and App Store today. Take us wherever you go. News you can use, you know what I'm saying? And also being featured on the Liveline, on the NOTN app is the Liveline Radio. the pulse of New Orleans hip hop, R&B, and bounce. You know what I'm saying? Nobody playing more bounce music than us. We the first ones to exclusively stream all New Orleans hip hop, R&B, and bounce all in the one gumbo pot. So y'all check that out. If you want to get your music submitted, you know what to do. Hit us up on the livelineapp.com. You know what I'm saying? On the homepage, we do have a form for all artists to fill out their music, submit their music to us. It's only one song at a time, and please make sure it is original content from your music. You feel me? In the meantime, in between time, we got the question of the day, y'all. And it's a simple one, but it's a real one. Is crime being downplayed in New Orleans? Y'all leave y'all comments in the comment section below. We got to have a conversation about this, y'all. We're going to spend the whole show talking about it, diving deep into it, looking at it from both perspectives, you know, and we also going to keep it real the whole time we have this conversation. So call in 1-563-999-1808. Can't have the conversation without y'all. So we want to get everybody's opinions as they hear this show while it's happening live. Of course, we broadcast throughout the day on the New Orleans Talk Network radio app. Again, that's the NOT, and that's the acronym for that. You know, and we got a ton of different shows that we have on our network that we premiere each and every day about systemic issues in our community, like social injustices, politics, you know, crime, community. We try to squeeze all of this stuff in, but I just ran across something that really made me feel like, you know what? I don't want to breeze across the conversation today. I don't want to just fly across it. I want to land on the ground, put my 2 feet right here on the patio, and talk about it right here on the porch with y'all, you know. So y'all got to hit me up. Let me know what y'all feel about this, you know what I'm saying? Feel free each and every weekday to hit me up if you got a concern about crime in your community or you want to voice your opinions about what you think is going on in your community. This is a platform for y'all to do it. So each and every weekday, we here to have the discussions about what's happening in the community. You know what I'm saying? I want to give a huge shout out to all of the other talk shows we have on New Orleans Talk Network, Kingdom Women Speaking. We also have Living by the Word Daily. We got Fan View Live. I appreciate everybody each and every week for doing a thing on the live line. We got Man Conversation Monday. Y'all check us out on the livelineapp.com, you dig, for all of our listings and all of the shows that we do right here in the studio. If you're a business, you know what the business is. You know what's out. Hit us up, man, if you want us to rep your business on the livelineapp.com. Me, Queen Tiara, will pull up on you. Yes, indeed. We'll hop out. Lights, camera, action. We'll talk to you about your business, tell people how to get to it, tell people why they should go there, you know what I'm saying? So if you want to rep your business with the live line, hit us up on our website, fill out the rep your business section, and we will be sure to get back with you. You dig? You know we do all of this music. We know what's happening in the streets. I say I'm the NOLA A&R, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm studying all this music. I'm up on it. Yeah, I'm all the way up on it. So each and every song y'all hear is selected by yours truly, Bankboy, Resight. And I just want to give a huge shout out to 2 of the upcoming artists from the NOLA. You know, these brothers right here got a lot of talent. They doing their thing. And they also stopped by the live line on Tuesday night to give me an exclusive interview about all of the things they got going on with music. And these 2 artists go by the name of Quine Fleece with Remember Me and L.A. Zoe with Red Light. That's Quine Fleece with Remember Me and L.A. Zoe with Red Light. These 2 next music videos, I hope y'all enjoy them. We'll be right back to have the conversation. Is crime being downplayed in New Orleans? We'll be right back. Homie Bankboy Resight. What's the album on the show? Let's get it popping.
Has anyone seen that Hollywood Pompeii guy?
Told you I would never leave.
Has anyone seen that Hollywood Pompeii guy?
Told you I would never leave. I told you I
swamp sticks where I stay. Blue pills that I take, my face that I can't feel. I popped a lot of pills, I feel what I can't feel. I just wanna let you know I never really known. Use all my resource, you was my resource. Wishing for those inner source. I knowed you play your part, yeah. I knowed you play your part, yeah. Taking pills on the school bus, yeah, yeah. I know it's two of us, yeah, yeah. My nigga died for being real. That's why real always get you killed. I told you I would never leave. Those boys killers I pass. The swamp sticks where I stay. Blue pills that I take, my face that I can't feel. I popped a lot of pills, I feel what I can't feel. Feel what I can't feel. Feel what I can't feel. My face that I can't feel. Feel what I can't feel. I ran through the scene, felt like we a teen, no. I know you always wishing I was gone. I know you always wanna be alone. I had to do it on my own. Big pot of cheese, big weed, that was me. Still a little G, but I still flood the streets. I was the one that made sure the dogs eat. Dogs, yeah, the dogs. I told you I would never leave. Those boys killers I pass. The swamp sticks where I stay. Blue pills that I take, my face that I can't feel. I popped a lot of pills, I feel what I can't feel. Feel what I can't feel. Feel what I can't feel. My face that I can't feel. Feel what I can't feel. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. I had to stop her like a red light. I'm tryna see what's up with her tonight. Maybe tonight we can catch a vibe. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I'm tryna stop it like a red light. I'm tryna see what's up with her tonight. Maybe tonight we can catch a vibe. Let me explore everything you like. I'm tryna stop it like a red light. I'm tryna see what's up with her tonight. Maybe tonight we can catch a vibe. Yeah, tryna explore everything you like. Yeah. Shut it, let me grab a time. I hate it when she leave, but love to watch it from behind. One of a kind of love, got no one else with nothing like. Kill a pussy, let her grieve, now every night she tryna die. Alright, yeah, came up from nothing on some filter shit. She used to basic niggas, I'm far from average. Might pull a hair choke on her neck, tell me who daddy is. Nigga not competing with a man, but I got a matter shit. I got bank and I got drink, I pour it all on you. We get litty at the bar, I buy for your friends too. I'm loving them while you move, when we talking, get comfortable. She bringing up who got smoking, we can roll a wood or two. We can do what you wanna do. 2 a.m. in the city, on the interstate on the cruise. She feeling all on my print, the house got bucket shit like ooh. 7 a.m. you might catch you on the news. Had to stop it like a red light. I'm tryna see what's up with her tonight. Maybe tonight we can catch a vibe. I'm tryna explore everything you like. Yeah, yeah. I'm on go, I see no red lights. And she be crying when I'm inside. We don't use red, we use cold. She like yellow light, yeah, yeah. I don't never see yellow, all I see is a green light. Yeah, I had to stop it like a red light. Red light, had to stop it.
What's out? What's out? What's out? It's the homie Bankboy Resight with the What's Out Morning Show. Thank y'all for tuning in. That was the homie Quan Fleece with Remember Me and LA Zoe with Red Light. Y'all can catch those two artists on the NOTN radio app. Click on the live line radio and bing, you tap in. You taking us wherever you go. Nobody plays more NOLA music than us. Nobody. We doing it right here, streaming it live for you. Download the app today. So the question of the day, what's happening with the question of the day is this. Is crime being downplayed in the city of New Orleans? For real, y'all, like, we got to take a little bit of a pause when we talking about crime in the city of New Orleans. There's so many different reasons why the crime is running rampant. But I ran across this interview as I was, looking at how the crime stats and all this stuff working in New Orleans. And one of the things I've been noticing is that the New Orleans Council and the mayor have been going at it, like for real, like cats and dogs. And I'm like, yo, to say we got this many people in the NOLA like we have, we ain't got the pre-Katrina numbers we got, y'all. Like, we don't have that many people living in the metropolitan area compared to other major cities. So I'm like, yeah, we have a real problem here when it comes to the crime in the city. And if you hear it coming from the mayor, it's one thing. If you hear me coming from the council, it's another thing. So I wanted to take the time out to let y'all hear how all of the conversations is being had, you know what I'm saying? And in response to what the mayor is talking about. So what's going on with this is, I want to give a huge shout out to WWL TV, you know what I'm saying, and Eric Postrin for sitting down, you know what I'm saying, one of the top media faces in NOLA, you know what I'm saying, sitting down with the council president, Helena Moreno, and JP Morrell, you know what I'm saying? These are two council members. This is the council president and the vice president. So these are the two head honchos coming from the city council, talking with Eric Spoelstra about how they feel, their responses, what they think needs to happen, a lot. So I wanted to take the time out to play this for y'all so we can have this discussion. We want to hear from the people that's working with the mayor, or is he not working with the mayor? Y'all decipher it for yourselves. But let me know I'm gonna let y'all know what I think about this whole interview. Let's play the interview for y'all. We'll be right back.
A recent poll by the New Orleans Crime Coalition says that crime and public safety are the most important issues facing the city. We probably didn't need a poll to know that. In fact, violent crimes and homicides, the carjackings and stabbings have all gone up compared to the last year. This morning, we want to have a conversation about what can be done to combat the issue with two people who are able to do something about it. New Orleans City Council President Helena Moreno and Vice President of the Council, JP Morrell. Thank you both for coming in. And we've been talking about this. The report that came out from the New Orleans Crime Coalition said, I think what everybody knew, crime is the #1 issue. I mean, over the 4th of July holiday weekend, we had 5 carjackings.
Yeah. I'll say this, Eric. What JP and I are constantly emphasizing is that to solve this major problem, First, the leadership of the city has to admit that there's a problem.
You're talking about the mayor's office.
Yes, and we're also talking about the leadership of the NOPD as well. This is a crisis. Let's be very frank here. We haven't had this level of murders since before Hurricane Katrina. We are #1 per capita in murders out of any city in this country right now. So this is a crisis. And when we're talking about a crisis, it means that it must be dealt with urgency every single day. And we have to take a look at, of course, long-standing problems, no doubt about that. And we're looking at some of those long-term solutions. But what's on fire right now has to do with manpower shortages with NOPD and also the very long response times for calls for service. And that's what we really need to be focused in on. And the council has a series of different options and plans and things that we have funded, but unfortunately, action is just not happening.
So what can you guys do about this?
Well, we've already done things. For example, the council funded $1 million to New Orleans Police and Justice Foundation to improve recruitment, which is abysmal. Previously, for every 5,000 applications filed in, only 100 people took the civil service exam because there was no follow-up by police department recruitment to get people to take the exam, take the physical test to be applicable, be hired. Well,
why is that happening?
Well, we don't know. The Police and Justice Foundation came up with a plan to increase recruiting by hiring professional recruiters. The council funded that plan weeks ago, but the administration will not sign the MOU to start the increased recruitment. What we've seen time and time again is the council will come up with solutions. We passed a multi-point crime plan in February and put it out there and said, here's the crime plan. And both the mayor and police chief said, not necessarily, we have our own plan. We've diligently gone through that plan and implemented pieces of it. But every single instance in which administrative action is required, both the chief, lateral hiring, the president and I have spoken about lateral hiring since last fall. All it requires, the chief can do lateral hiring now. All it requires is to come up with a plan. He's been talking about a plan since February. If we can't use lateral hiring to hire veteran police officers into the department, not only are we not filling recruit classes, but we're missing the opportunity to recruit veteran officers from other departments.
And I think people are asking the question, why aren't you guys screaming from the rooftops and saying, look, we have a problem here and something's got to be done?
And I'll say this, we feel like we're screaming from
we
the
are
rooftops.
Rooftops pretty much daily.
And it's like a wall. It's like screaming into a void, screaming at a wall. I mean, for example, we're down now to 983 police officers at this time.
And that means maybe 800 something, 900 something on the actual street.
No, it's way less than that.
It's actually less than that.
Way less than that.
But what's even worse is that we're projected to have under 900 police officers by the end of 2022. So when you're looking at a department that's funded roughly to have 1,400 police officers, you can't operate it the same with half of the amount of police officers. We have said to the chief, you need to reorganize the police department because that's what law enforcement experts have told us need to be done within the NOPD and outside of the NOPD. That means potential consolidation of precincts. That means consolidating detectives so that you can better respond to calls for service.
Well, and one of your fellow council members, Oliver Thomas, suggested bringing in the National Guard. A lot of people said that was not the right idea. Maybe bring in more state police. Is that a possibility?
We've been talking, well, go ahead.
It's challenging. I mean, first off, in order for state police to be brought in, the mayor would have to request to be brought in, and to date, she has not requested to do that.
Have you guys asked her to do that?
We have weighed in on the possibility of state police patrolling the highways in particular, because I think the council president calculated 5,000 lost man hours per year, more than that, for NOPD responding to highway traffic accidents. Whether or not the NOPD should be on the streets of the city, based on what's currently going on at the state police on the state level, that may not be the best fit. But I will tell you that it's been very challenging. Michael Harrison, our former police chief, went to Baltimore. He's really tackled that problem of manpower shortage head on by increasing the amount of civilians hired by the police department to take over administrative tasks that you don't need police officers doing. When you brought up the 982 number and how many of that is equals to street people, well, you have to take in three factors. One, they count reservists and they count recruits in that number. So that number is absolutely lower than it's supposed to be. But furthermore, the white shirts, the guys you see in the white shirts who are rank, they don't patrol the streets anymore. One big difference between Orleans Parish versus Jefferson and St. Bernard and Plaquemines is that in Jefferson Parish, every single deputy sheriff responds to a call for service. Joe LaPinta will tell you, if I'm driving home and I'm closest to a car wreck, I pull over and do the car wreck. In NOPD, once you hit administrative rank, you don't respond to calls for service. So when you've got a top-heavy department with, 50, 60, 70, maybe 100 people who are in rank, they're driving the few take-home cars we have, but they're not necessarily responding to call service.
And let me talk to you about this, because you mentioned traffic stops. I mean, traffic accidents, things like that need to be covered. They need police, but they don't need the very highly trained.
Look,
I know in front of my house there was an accident. Let me finish. There was an accident in front of my house. A uniformed officer sat out there for 3 hours, and the cop told me, this is wrong. They should have somebody else doing that. She wound up just directing traffic.
100%. So commissioned officers don't have to respond to accidents that don't have injuries. And so we actually have a group called On-Site Services that can respond to these types of accidents. The City Council is willing to increase the money spent toward these types of on-site services to respond to accidents. The problem is we can't seem to get the city to put out a contract to bid this out for enhanced services.
Again, is that the administration?
Once again, we don't put out contracts. The City Council doesn't put out a contract like this. So it's either the NOPD or the city needs to put out this contract for enhanced services to respond to accidents. And what we've learned now is that there are companies that can also respond to accidents on the interstate, non-injury accidents. So once again, those are saved manpower hours, but unfortunately, once again, screaming into a void, screaming into the wall, we're not seeing the urgency around getting these solutions done.
Doesn't the administration see the
When was the last time you did a proper cleanse of your intestines? Maybe you do them often, maybe you've never done one. But when
the problem here, because I mean, you're looking at crime is the number one issue by far. Satisfaction with the city, down. Satisfaction with the NOPD, down.
But Eric, the problem you're seeing is that there has been an effort by the administration since the beginning of the year to deflect and downplay crime is a problem in the city. More importantly, I'll give you an example. At our most recent council meeting, both Councilmember Thomas and I got into an argument with the police chief because he kept saying, well, crime's down, just murders are up. And we're like, wait a second. So they have to read off the stats to dispute that. But it got so frustrating. We said crime is going to be the highest since 92. And he said to us, well, there won't be as many murders as there were in 92. And Oliver and I both said, there's not as many people. Right. And it came down to a point where Councilman Thomas had to tell the chief, listen, chief, are you more likely to be shot now than you were in the 90s? And he took a pause and he goes, well, when you say it that way, yeah, you are more likely to be shot now than you were in 92 and 94, because the per capita metric is what every city uses, not how many you actually have, because obviously New York has more crime by the numbers than we do, but it also has 16 times as many people.
And when you talk about that, there's just got to be a way to get this administration moving. I mean, is there anything you guys can do?
Well, I'll say this. It's like, I think the council's doing its part as far as funding these initiatives and doing everything that we can to push this administration. I mean, for God's sakes, we're ending up in court these days with this administration, and I would just urge the public to continue to do as well.
Because it's affecting the city, and now since Katrina, we have never been able to get back over the 400,000 mark. We were well above that pre-Katrina, and it's just too many systemic problems.
Well, I mean, you look at, generally speaking, the crime problem in the city, and I think a lot of people feel like the city is more fixated on tourism than it is on the appearance of there not being crime rather than solving it. And this weekend's a great example. They were pulling 10 to 20 officers per district to the French Quarter and CBD during Essence Fest. Now, that made the Essence Fest the safest place to be in the entire city. But then there were individuals. There was someone yesterday on Elysian Fields her car was devastated by a stolen car, vehicle fleeing, and they could not get an officer out there for hours. This is a car where someone was T-boned by a person in a stolen vehicle. they're calling for help, and there's no one to respond, because when you pull that many officers from all the districts to the quarter, the rest of the city is less safe, but the tourists are. And there is a obsession in the city with being obsessed with appearances. It's the same reason why the administration keeps downplaying crime, because they want to make sure that the nation doesn't see the city having a crime problem, even though the residents that are here obviously know that's true.
All right, we're going to continue this conversation. Tomorrow we're dealing with a crime problem. We're talking with Michael Hecht of GNO Inc., who is talking about ways to solve this, because this city is in trouble, and it eventually will affect the economy.
No doubt. And look, once again, there is absolutely low-hanging fruit that the administration and the leadership of the NOPD could do right now if they just understood the urgency of the crisis we're in.
Well, thank you guys for pointing that out. All right, thank you for coming in. Please come back again sometime.
Absolutely.
That's not what's out. That's not what's out. Man, they calling it a crisis, y'all. It leads us to the question of the day. Is crime being downplayed in the city of New Orleans? Now, you just seen Eric Spoelstra, New Orleans Council President and Vice President Helena Moreno, JP Morrell, sit there and have a 15-minute almost conversation. It seemed like they could talk about it forever, about the problems that they are facing with the administration and trying to get things done in the city of New Orleans when it comes to crime. Whose side are y'all on? If you listen to the mayor, they doing everything that they can. Her hands is tied with some of this stuff. There's a hiring problem. We also have the chief of police, Sean Ferguson, who works for the mayor. You know what I'm saying? He provides the services, all the services that the mayor requests. That's her man. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do it. So it's Sean Ferguson, LaToya Cantrell versus the New Orleans Council, and we have all of the citizens of the great city of New Orleans in between all of this. So what we gonna do, y'all? What gotta happen? You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it. You feel me? On the other side of the music break, you know what I'm saying? It's just the Live Line Radio presents to you all these next two artists, you know what I'm saying? With YNW Quarter Boy with my brother, and Lady Dolly with Can't Believe. We're gonna break this down for y'all when we get back, y'all. I think I got some solutions to the problems. Let's talk about it when we get back. Be right back. It's the Live Line Boat.
MJ on the beat, huh?
My bro, my brother, my nigga, we in this. Discreet life forever, tryna make it out the trenches. You breaking the rules, that's cool or whatever, but soon you go to jail. These niggas be telling. My bro, my brother, my nigga, we in this. Discreet life forever, tryna make it out the trenches. You breaking the rules, that's cool or whatever, but soon you go to jail. These niggas be telling. Run down with that metal, run with convicted felons. I'm chasing that bag, I'm trying to get richer. My money getting digger, these bitches get slicker. Fucked up in their feelings, they want whoever win. But I won't be a victim, and free to Jay, I miss him. Just talk to Jay and 9, they say everything been fine. No, I can't wait no time, every day I'm on the grind. Can't let you stop my shine, don't focus, do your time. You just be feeling down, with nobody on your side. But it's too late to cry, my tears been now dry. You see me fake the smile, but I won't tell no lie. My bitch didn't tell a bad, been doing it for a while. Probably tryna lock us in, I keep taking my man. People hollering like nuts, but it is what it is. My brothers know I never change up. Fuck over that gang, but they can never change us. My bro, my brother, my nigga, we in this. Discreet life forever, tryna make it out the trenches. You breaking the rules, that's cool or whatever, but soon you go to jail. These niggas be telling. My bro, my brother, my nigga, we in this. Discreet life forever, tryna make it out the trenches. You breaking the rules, that's cool or whatever, but soon you go to jail. These niggas be telling. Like my bag, I've been chasing every day. Still stressing about my brothers while they locked up in the cage. I've been getting it out of concrete, ain't nobody make a way. Best get dunked to the face, move around and niggas say. Boy, day I catch a cake, don't give a fuck about what you think. Presidents out your gang affiliated. We just some youngins in the hood tryna make it. My bro on my brother, my nigga, we in this. This street life forever, tryna make it out the trenches. You breaking the rules, that's cool or whatever. But soon you go to jail, these niggas be telling. My bro on my brother, my nigga, we in this. This street life forever, tryna make it out the trenches. You breaking the rules, that's cool or whatever. But soon you go to jail, these niggas be telling. Yeah. Quarterback nigga. Yeah.
Really was right at time, right around was by your side. Overlooked all the lies, it was killing me inside. Can't believe that you would leave, can't believe what you achieved. Can't believe you hurting me, can't believe I can't believe. Really was right at time, right around was by your side. Overlooked all the lies, it was killing me inside. Can't believe that you would leave, can't believe what you achieved. Can't believe you hurting me, can't believe I can't believe. Got me scarred forever, was that for worse or for better? For you to change like the weather. I was done for whatever, thought you would be my protector. Your rules, you was my professor. The truth, I'm really in pressure. You made me feel so much lesser. Dang it, baby, would have done anything to be a lady. Mind racing, my thoughts driving me crazy. Feeling cloudy and hazy. All this is what you would make me. Was it real, was you faking? Well, I love again, maybe. I really was right at time, right around was by your side. Overlooked all the lies, it was killing me inside. Can't believe that you would leave, can't believe what you achieved. Can't believe you hurting me, can't believe I can't believe. Really was right at time, right around was by your side. Overlooked all the lies, it was killing me inside. Can't believe that you would leave, can't believe what you achieved. Can't believe you hurting me, can't believe I can't believe. Stuck by you, shit, I was stuck to you, and with all of my trust in you, invested love and time in you. In the end, I wasn't blinded for who I knew. All the beatings and cheating, dumb bitch was itching and tweaking. Well, I was barely mistreated. Jealousy turned you to a demon, abuse to color your reason. No explanation, you're leaving. Knife to the gut wasn't breathing. Real life, you don't know the meaning. Just for your love, I was fiending. Since flow late night, I'm up thinking why you out sneaking and grieving. Really was right at time, right around was by your side. Overlooked all the lies, it was killing me inside. Can't believe that you would leave, can't believe what you achieved. Really was right at time, right around was by your side. Overlooked all the lies, it was killing me inside. Can't believe that you would leave, can't believe what you achieved. Can't believe you hurting me, can't believe I can't believe.
What's up, what's up, what's up? Man, it's the What's Out Morning Show. You heard me? Want to give a huge shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Thank y'all for listening to the NOTN app. Download it in your Google Play app store. If you ain't got that thing, got it in your phone or on your iPad, anything. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you download the app, or you can check us out on the livelineapp.com or NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Send us your music. Send us your music if you want us to play that. We got the rep your we got the excuse me, we got the submit your music, you know what I'm saying, on our homepage, you know. So, and we could rep your business. We'll pull up on you, me and Queen Tiara C, you know what I'm saying, shoot a little promo for your business, play it on our show. It's just like that, you know what I'm saying. It's just that simple. Check this out. So we got the question of the day. You know what I'm saying? Is crime being downplayed in the city of New Orleans? For real, though. Like, y'all take a real dive into this with me, because I'm looking at it like we in a lot of trouble in two ways. Two ways we in trouble. One, they already got a formula for, you know what I'm saying, doing what they got to do. Locking people up, you know what I'm saying, throwing away the key. We already know they're capable of doing that. What about reforming all of the people that's coming up in the system, you know what I'm saying? We know they got a plan for that, too. They don't, you know. But at the end of the day, New Orleans is a 300-year-old city, And the way it's being managed in 2022, we gotta take a real good look at it. A lot of this go back. I don't want to go too far back with this. Let's go back to when LaToya Cantrell was first running for her campaign. I remember coming across the causeway, there was a big sign that said LaToya, and that was the beginning of the campaign. And there was another candidate that made it to the runoff by the name of Charbonnet. Can't remember her first name. They both went neck and neck, and LaToya Cantrell ended up winning. The city of New Orleans has spoke. They wanted LaToya Cantrell to be the mayor of New Orleans. And now it just seems as though fingers being pointed, all of these issues, all of these problems with crime and what's happening with tourism is being pointed at the mayor. And people don't like what they're seeing. The approval ratings is down. You know, it's funny that our approval ratings is down so far, but nobody kind of challenged in the election. I'm trying to see what's going on, because at the end of the day, y'all, my thing is this. People put people in position to represent them. Now, everybody may not have voted for LaToya Cantrell, but there was enough people to vote for her to be put in the position she in. It's not like she filled out a job application and somebody sat down and hired this woman. Everybody who voted for her hired her. Now we got this crime problem, which has been a problem for a real long time. If you go way back into the 90s to early 2000s, you know what I'm saying? We've always had a crime problem, but it just seems like it's a little bit different this time. And the way I see it is, it's a generational curse. Like I told y'all earlier in the show, there's two sides of this. You know what I'm saying? There's the political side, and then there's the civilian side. How many days we gonna let go by in our community before we stand up and say we got to do better as a group of people? Majority of these murders that's happening in the city of New Orleans is happening to black people by black people. You know what I'm saying? And we could sit up here and talk about the police department and the man what she need to do, and the council needs to do this, and the money needs to be spent like this. Every time these people talk about money to me, it's like all I see is a money grab. Somebody got to get hired to do this. Somebody got to get hired to do that. It's like they throw $1 million at a program. You know, somebody got to get paid to do all that work. You know what I'm saying? It's not like the whole million is just going into, you know, people trying to get back on their feet. No, you got to hire some good people to do the work to run these programs. You know, so all you got to give more people, the people that's already there, more responsibilities. You know, so I'm looking at it like, when the community gonna step up? I know it is. Let's keep it all the way up bad. Like, when we gonna jump in and start helping? Straight up. Like, when we gonna look at this and say, you know what? We don't have that many police in our city. The council and the mayor, you know, we just got to see it through with the mayor. One of these people from the council probably be the next mayor. You know what I'm saying? These people, the backs up against the wall right now. They're being forced to do this and do that. They're willing to do this and do that. That's one thing I haven't heard in the conversation from Eric Spoelstra, from that clip that we played. It may have been another portion of it, or the council. What type of help they could get from the community? You know what I'm saying? And I just haven't. I know there's a lot of criminal element out there right now. A lot of people. If you really think about it, really think about it, New Orleans is full of working class people. But if you let the council tell it, you let the news tell it, and this is where I kind of lean on the side of the mayor's administration, this entire city is not full of criminals. If you let these people tell it, you know, it's a war out there. And even though it is a war out there, it's a war out there everywhere you go in the urban city. In all urban cities right now, it is, you know, a war out there. It's just a lot of people, and you can't prevent someone from, you can't stop crazy. You can't fix crazy. You can't fix stupid. So people going to do crazy things. People going to do stupid things, especially in the entire state of Florida. You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We talking about New Orleans. And I'm looking at it like we have advocacy in our community, but when they going to be well funded? You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to, y'all council, y'all want to throw a bunch of money at the programs that y'all put together and y'all get the people that y'all want to do these things. And Lord knows these people can be from New Orleans. They could be from anywhere in the country. I think that's how LaToya Cottrell ended up here. Through, not leaving and getting involved with community programs and building her name and reputation over the years. But we have a lot of advocacy in our community when it comes to getting involved with the youth, doing a lot of things for the neighborhood. When is the council going to identify these things and dump money into that? That's like my question. If I was to speak with Helena Moreno, what community organizations or neighborhood organizations are you walking into saying how much y'all need? Like, I'm here to find out how much money you need so that we can get you this money so that you can put these computer programs in the neighborhoods and pay these light bills for this community or start this daycare. Like, when we gonna start dumping into the men and women that's willing to volunteer their time to give back to these kids and lace their pockets? Let me keep it all the way a band about it. That's one of the reasons why I want to have this conversation. And I just need to talk to one of y'all about it, because if somebody goes through the process of starting a nonprofit, you know what I'm saying, and paying all these fees to do this and do that so that they could put themselves in a position to legally take money, why aren't we pointing to these people? Like Assess 45, for example. I look things Assess 45 is doing is like, hey, why they haven't given him $250,000 to advocate for any program or be a liaison for a couple of mom and pop businesses out there and organization, nonprofit organizations to just put that money back into the community and says you're going to be held liable for this money. We need you to keep your receipts. You know what I'm saying? Because when we audit you, you can go to jail if this money not being spent the right way. And I know Sesson know what to do. Tent War Bucker know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Money Mike know what to do, or any other than, there's so many different people in the community that can get their hands on $250,000 and put it directly into them cheering programs. You know what I'm saying? And when you sit there, you fuss with when you're making a fuss about saying that we've been to the mountaintop screaming and hollering. Who have you been screaming and hollering at? The mayor? Because like you said, the mayor could put up this great big wall of New Orleans and block y'all out. You know what I'm saying? Because she's the mayor. She has the power to do that. So why haven't y'all just turned to the community? You know what I'm saying? Now, I can lay up there and talk about the community not participating in crimes. That's a whole nother conversation, you know what I'm saying? And one of the reasons why they don't participate in crimes is helping police solve crimes is fear of retaliation. Nobody wants to die. Nobody wants to get killed trying to help the police solve crimes. That's been the huge issue. So better technology, better witness protection programs for the people who are trying to help. You know what I'm saying? Of those who are brave enough to put their lives on the line to help the police solve these crimes. That's another issue. You know what I'm saying? I haven't heard the New Orleans Council come out and say, no matter what the mayor says or does, we are giving $3 million back to the city of New Orleans. We're going to find it. We're going to take it from the Sewage and Water Board. We're going to do what we need to do to just say we're going to put 100 people in one room. You know what I'm saying? Handpicking from the communities. We don't want to go. See, that's what they do. They go put 10 people in the room and say, y'all go find us the people. No, you get your ass out there. Get out there and go find the people that's the head coaches, the cheerleader coach. You know what I'm saying? The moms and dads that's working each and every day that's in this city. See, if you let these people get on the news and talk about how horrible this city is, remember what this city represents? Blacks. See, they comfortable with sitting up there and saying what they saying, because when you put fear in people, it's easier to control the people. But we don't need to be afraid of our own, because the fear is essentially coming from us. There's our children that's out there committing these crimes. So why are we afraid of them? But these people want the narrative to be, when you in the city of New Orleans, be afraid. Be afraid of who? Us? And there's an understanding that goes with that. But what about the resources that the best of us don't have at our disposal? But you want to sit up here and talk about resources and talk about things you are doing that the Meta won't do. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be all the way real with you. Why would I want to police a community that don't want me policing it? You think I want to become a police officer for the paycheck? Majority of these people become police officers because they want to make a change. They want to help out the community. But when crime hits our community, if we don't get witness participation at the highest level, those crimes are harder to solve. But if we lacing the mothers and the fathers of the community for volunteering their time, you know what I'm saying? You may not get monetary resources that personally go into your bank account, but at least you have monetary resources to go get these kids what you got to go get them, to go buy these juicy juices and uniforms and arts and crafts so they can make their own stuffs and go on eBay and spend $5,000 easy. You ain't even got to blink your eyes. We need $5,000 to send 25 kids to this city to go see this museum and go hang out at this water park and hotel and lodge and travel and all that. We need $5,000-$6,000 to do that. No problem. The council lacing us with that so that we can we can take our children out the neighborhood ourselves and bring them places to go see what we want them to learn. You know what I'm saying? We can identify the troubled kids in our neighborhood and say, go sign up to play football. And when you send them to the park, they got uniforms. They got shoes. They get jackets when they participate. You know what I'm saying? We gotta have this money to entice our children. And yeah, I'm saying give it to us. You know, but first we gotta identify the ones that need to be identified. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have a local community of entertainers that these kids can relate to. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a grown community of entertainers. We call them the NOLA legends. You know what I'm saying? They should be able to work with different people in a community who know how to do this. You know what I'm saying? But we got to set up stuff for them. If we not lacing them, then how can they lace these streets? Money changes everything if you're giving it to the right people, folks. You know what I'm saying? So I don't hear that. I listened to that whole clip and I just want to talk to the council. I need y'all to come Zoom with me. You know, come to the studio. We right here in Marrero. All you got to do is drop down off the bridge. You're pretty much at the studio. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk with y'all. We can even do it on the phone. I don't want to have the conversations about what the Met ain't doing and what the police department not doing. I want to have the conversation about how can we give our community to save ourselves. Because apparently y'all with all this fighting and stuff and carrying on with each other, we ain't got time for that, man. We losing out here. We losing out here. Maybe we can start setting up models so it can start spreading out into other areas of the state throughout the region on how to give back to the community and let the community save themselves. We know what the issues are. You know what I'm saying? We'll start up our own crime camera programs. You know, we'll go find our own people to do this. We'll hire our own people. We'll put it up on the light poles ourselves if we need to. We'll put cameras on the houses ourselves if we need to. Let us figure it out, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes You can't trust either entity. To be real with you, now I understand how politics go in the neighborhoods of our communities and also on a grand state level of things, how the legislation work and all that. But if, the city council lay up there and talk about crime, you already know that affects the community, and you already know that if the community ain't participating, what else is there to talk about? You won't blame the mayor. And as far as this shortage of police goes, and that's on, I can tell you, Mayor LaToya Cantrell, yeah, you really let us down with that one. Like, I know every police department is having trouble throughout the nation of retaining police officers and hiring good police officers. It's like a swap fest, you know what I'm saying? It's like the what they call that for the college system, new college system, NIL, name, image, and likeness with these police officers, you know what I'm saying? They bouncing from department to department, getting promotions here, the federal government yanking the best of the best, able to give them all kind of benefits. I get it. I understand. I agree with the council when they say there's programs where you can hire civilians to go out here and do these jobs that's holding up police officers, little knick-knack jobs, little petty theft jobs, you know what I'm saying, or petty accidents, you know what I'm saying, petty civil disputes, stuff like that. Police officers, manpower is being taken up. And if the mayor has a plan that she wants to put forward, then that's her prerogative. She can do that, and she can ignore the council's plan. And I don't want the council to sit here and say, they just feel like they was window dressing to me. Talk about they got their own programs and stuff that they gave to they gave $1 million for this program to do this, and they want to influence programs to do that, to hire more police officers. I'm gonna be real with you. They stopped short of saying it. The New Orleans Police Department is really not one of the best police departments. It just has a culture of corruption, you know what I'm saying? And it's just what it is. And that culture of corruption ain't that far away. If you do your research in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? It was a big thing. Chad Pendleton and all them people had to take a lot of corruption down out the police department. And those wounds still exist to this day. You know what I'm saying? So if you want the community, the people who lived through those days, they still existing, you know what I'm saying? So if you want the community to trust the police, then give us the tools we need to build the camaraderie skills we need to build amongst each other, so that when we dealing with the police, we have resources, you know what I'm saying, to protect our assets. And I think the best idea at this point is, that's the best idea. You're talking about, we want to spend money on this to do this and spend money on that to do that. I understand that. I get that. But what about the men and the women that got to come out their pockets with paycheck money so that the kids can have hot dogs and chili and ketchup and all this other stuff at the park? The next generation, and the parents getting frustrated and struggling because they got to spend all this money to support this, you know what I'm saying, and keep this going. But that's a generational thing we talking about here. You won't sit here and talk about, since Katrina. Well, those Katrina babies, all of those children that was 4, 5, 6 years old when that happened, they the ones now. And all of that federal money that came into New Orleans after that, no, it still ain't fully bounced back. No, it should have been one of the top funded things in there 15, 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? NARD should have been the number one thing, to curb this behavior from these children. Education is state. Recreation is city. And recreation plays a huge part in our community. Volunteering plays a huge part in my community. But if I gotta take out my pocket to make sure all of the kids I can't keep missing work. I got to replace that money. But if I could go into the stash, the boys need new uniforms, you know what I'm saying? I could go around the neighborhood and show all the kids, man, we got brand new uniforms, you know what I'm saying, made by Michael Jordan. Y'all come put it on. Y'all come play basketball. You heard me? Y'all come play football. Y'all come play baseball. We got the brand new jerseys. You come play, you get a jacket. You know what I'm saying? Like, any child will want that. You got to be the baddest of the baddest not to want to participate in that. And sometimes the baddest of the baddest ain't got no other choice because that's what the other kids are doing. So you going to be by yourself or you going to come to the park and play ball? What you think going to happen, y'all? The boy going to go to the park and play ball. I want to have these conversations. I want to know how much money can a council give back to the city? Black folk. How much? Is there any kind of way we can do that? Is there any kind of way we can make that happen? Or I'm just being gullible here. Oh, I don't know how this works. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and if it's happening, then how often is it happening and how much we giving? You know what I'm saying? And who is it going to at this point? Because if y'all giving this kind of money to people and we can't get recreation off the ground, we can't hire lifeguards to man and woman the pools, we got a problem in the NOLA because we can't take care of our youth. Can't take care of them. We ain't got nothing for them. So what you think gonna happen? What you think you ain't had nothing for them to do when they was 10, 11, 12 years old? You think they gonna start doing when they 14, 15, 16 years old? These the same children we talking about. You know what I'm saying? They coming right behind them. The Katrina babies wreaking havoc on the city right now because we didn't make the city allow us to take care of them. But maybe I'm a little bit wrong with that part because maybe a lot of people did want that happen. You know what I'm saying? But we see how it's going with the council and the mayor. So we know when somebody put up this Great Wall of New Orleans, ain't nothing happening. So we could look at the mayor and the council for this one. We ain't worrying about what Eric Spoelstra talking about when it comes down to the youth of the creativity for our youth. The Eric Spoelstra, he only wanted to talk about the wreck that was in front of his house and how the officer Ty was taking up, holding up traffic. He said, hold up, let me tell you what I got to say. Let me see what I have to say about this police officer that just couldn't get it right because whatever. What about the 4-5-year-olds of New Orleans? It's going to take us a generation to climb up out this hole of men and women giving back to our children, the best and the brightest of our. We got so many kids graduating every year, 10 years from now. What resources they going to have so when they get ready to volunteer and go feed the homeless, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got to pay for that. Somebody got to buy the food. Restaurants got to pay, cook the food and stuff like that. You know, we need to have millions at our disposal going through the nonprofits so that we walk in these nonprofits, you know what I'm saying? This is what we got going on. This is what we trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Whoop-de-whoop, blase. Here, look, sign this paperwork, blah, 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 blah. Make a list of everything you need and the nonprofit order it for you. And whatever family day, community day y'all trying to have in the playground today, it's funded. Done deal. Paid for. We got bouncies, water park slides. We got Uncle Thaddeus out here barbecuing. He ain't had to buy nothing. We got crawfish, burling, you heard me. We got all kind of food out here. The neighbors coming together. Now we get to know who this person is, even if they rent or they Section 8. Everybody that's in Section 8 not a thotty or some type of woman that don't want better for their kids. Now, we see a lot of that in our community, but deep down inside, majority of African-American women in this city want better for their children. They may be a little bit ratchet, but they want better for their kids. So they'll conform to a better lifestyle if it's being put there for their children. They'll act right. You know what I'm saying? And having counselors available to tell parents, listen, we here for you if there's any disputes. Talk to us. You know, your children out here having a problem, send them over here by us. We got to clean up the neighborhood program. We got this. For the ones that like to fight, we got a boxing league that's fully funded. We got brand new gloves, brand new rings, brand new water bottles, all that. You know what I'm saying? They won't get out here and fight and behave. We got free tutoring programs after school, you know what I'm saying? So your kid come hang out for that hour and a half at the playground, you know what I'm saying, until you get home from work. And while they there, we got a free tutoring program. They can have fun and learn at the same time, all at the park. I mean, don't y'all think that's a better route to go, to give it a 10-year plan versus what they about to do us? And we got to get ready to end this show. What they about to do us is block all of our damn churn up. That's why they having the conversations they having. So when LaToya Contreras out and they get these few judges out of here and change this city over, and the plan is to change this city to do what they've been doing in the 90s. That's the 10-year plan. Lock them up. So your 4-5-year-old right now, if they go out there and make a mistake 10 years from now and hop in the car with a friend and he didn't even know it was stolen, he facing an automatic 5 years. Automatic. Get caught stealing. You know how hard it's going to be to get your child out of jail. These people is gearing up for they want to scare us. So 10 years from now, the ones that's 25 years old, by the time they're 35, we feels more safe because they taking criminals from off the streets. But that's our children they're going to be taking. And it is not until it happens to you and your family to where we going to say, man, that's messed up how they doing our children. But the rest of the city not going to feel like that because it's going to be a majority of them. So if we want to claim our city back, if we want to get the things that we need to really stop crime in this city, we have to demand that the council pay more attention to the leaders, the real moms and fathers and real TDs. It's time for the real TDs to stand up. You meet some phenomenal people out here in these streets of New Orleans that's giving back and doing things and living free spirit, good energy type things, but the doors are being shut to them for simply asking it. And sometimes when a person asks for something and you tell them no, they'll never come back. They'll never come back. Instead of telling them no, they listen, if you want this money, if you want these $5,000 to do whatever you need to do, here's the criteria you need to meet. And people don't mind meeting the criteria. They don't mind going out there doing what they need to do to put themselves in position to give back to the neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple, y'all. It's just that simple. So until we able to give back to our community and look out for us and make these people look out for us with this money they want, they about to give $2.4 billion back to the federal government. They can't, we can't find contractors to fix the streets. We've been living with these streets for 50 years. 50 years we've been living with these streets. I think we're going to be all right. You can't find a way to take $500 million of that money and dump it back into the neighborhood. We gonna be out the streets. We've been living with these streets for 50 years. These streets gonna be here, and we gonna be here too. If we can't get the streets fixed, at least we should be able to get the grass cut at the park. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, that's our time for the day. It's to wake up. What's our morning show, you know what I'm saying? So I just had to give my perspective on what I thought the conversation needs to be had, how the conversation needs to be had, and what needs to be done about the crime in the city of New Orleans. I know we got like less than 1,000 police officers. That's cool. We ain't gonna need that many police officers if we giving the people the resources to raise these babies right. Do right by these children, you heard me? So that's our time. So listen. That is in the hat shell, but I got to get to this music while we getting up out of here, you know what I'm saying? So we gonna close out the show with this one song that I really, really like, you know what I'm saying, by Nino Calvin, Choosy Lover featuring Tokyo Hefner, you know what I'm saying? On with Bankboy Resight with the Wazzam Morning Show. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit us up on the livelineapp.com. You heard me? Submit your music or click that play button to listen to the Lifeline Radio. Or download the NOTN app. Take us wherever you go. It don't take up a lot of space on your phone. We got the New Orleans Talk Network Radio, where we got 24/7 podcasts mixed in with some throwback music. And we got the Lifeline Radio, where we play exclusively nothing but the New Orleans hip-hop, R&B, and bounce. And nobody plays more bounce than us. And it's the homie Bankboy Resight. I handpick every song I handpick every song. So every song that you hear, been live line approved. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is send us your music. We get it in there for you. Shout out to Nino Calvin, you dig? Gotta go, Bo.
I've heard your name before. I ain't gonna hold you. You probably did. I heard Nino Calvin before. That's what's up.
Still Ninola, Beninola. I'm talking about some Russian kids when we was in Paris, you understand? I'm talking about felt love folk clubs, you understand me? I'm talking about making mama Ninola type shit. Nene, what up?
Look, my bitch a choose it. Love her, never fuck without no rubber. Never in the sheets, like it on top of the cover. All I do is stress her, lying, don't confess nothing. Pay to get her hair done. Fuck her like I care for her. Who you is? Where you from? Who you be like, nigga? Heard you was a CI, nigga. Cut her off and left her bitter. Pussy pink, call it salmonella. Sang to it like Bryson Tiller. Buy you what, ain't that type of nigga. Glizzy tuck, I ain't fighting, nigga. Call me when you need me, they call me Neen and Wonder. Getting rid of them pounds, call that Ruben Stutter. Told a bitch a lie, look, and I ain't even stutter. Gotta be on my toes, cause I think them people coming.
Back to back with this shit, you understand? You already know. Talking about she choosing right now, you already know she coming with a nigga. Gang no lame shit. Stop playing, bitch, you know how we coming. Shim Shane like that there. Need it. Let them know. Get them. Shim Shane.
If she talk back, she walking. Put out on the E-way. All I want is 300 pounds and some pussy for my BD. Niggas in the barbershop talking shit about me like they D-Ray. Just running there like a relay. Yeah, pussy power. Yeah. Ecstasy, promethazine, heroin, you know I keep the powder. Yeah, these hoes just snorting powder. Fell back off the Percocet, but these Zans got me walking zombie. Made her mad and she called my mama. Ain't tryna beef, but a nigga up 17 just called me Jeffrey Dahmer. You should've shut up and kept your comments. Walk around this bitch with heavy eyelids. You the one I want, but she the one I need. Ain't cuffing on no freak, I'm just gon' fuck a good then leave. Lie to me then I'm leaving, swallowing all my semen. Pussy ball leukemia, 400 saved on the regions.
Oh, half Ninola, bitch.
Yeah.
looks like Lay's. Top off like I'm getting bees at parades. Looking like I stuffed up out a magazine spray. I've been doing keto, but I still been getting bread. Woke up, thank God, grateful I ain't in a phase. They made 30 bands before I even made the bed. Clean up like Jeffrey, credit card black like Wesley. Trying to impress me, then American Express. Bitch, I'm the queen and I be moving like the chess piece. Money in stocks and on the block, come test me. So watch how you address me. I be out in cans with your man spinning knots, getting top from a left. Send him home broke, then he blocked when he text. Killing these niggas, hope the cops don't arrest me.